Hello students, so today we will be starting with another new chapter of history, part 1 book of class 12. So the chapter name is Script, Seals and Weight. So let's begin. You see, let's understand about seals and sealing. What do you mean by seals and sealing? You see, during that time, during the Harappan civilization, most of the people were busy in the trading purposes. And for the identification of their particular trade, they considered seals to be the most important identification or to be the most important symbol for them. Seals and sealings were used to facilitate long distance communication. Now to facilitate long distance communication, to facilitate trading, seals and sealing were most common during that time. You see, these are the types of seals. During that time, people used to seal their identification with the help of the figure of the animal. The figure of the animal was an important identification for them. For instance, a bag of goods being sent from one place to another. Now, the most important example that if the bag of goods are being transported from one place to another, that time its mouth is tied with a rope and with a wet clay. With a rope and with a wet clay. That wet clay is being sealed by their own symbol. That symbol symbolizes the meaning of the thread, the enhancement of their thread. The seals convey the identification of the sender, yes, from which place the package belonged or from which place the object is belonging from. So for that reason, the identification of seal plays an important role during that time. You can see, first you can look at the picture, that in the picture all the animal figure is being drawn. Yes, the animal figure was much common during that time. In two of the seal you can see human being or you can see a small symbol or something, a traditional symbol you can see. But this 6 of the seals were being found during the Harappan excavation. Now comes an enigmatic script. I hope you have heard about the word script. Yes, it is imprinted on a piece of object. It is imprinted on a piece of object with the help of their wooden tools. You see, most of the some of the symbols of the ancient culture, or if you want to express something through or want to communicate it through a writing, that time the scripts are mostly common during that time. It symbolizes a particular signs that are being imprinted on a particular object. Harappan seals usually have a line of writing probably containing the name and title of the owner. Scholars suggested motive, usually an animal, conveyed a meaning to those who could not read. Most inscriptions are short, the longest containing 26 signs. Now, you see, those symbols are a part of communication. If a person or if an individual want to communicate to a particular community, that time also scripts were being used. Now, during that time, most inscription contain 26 signs. Those inscriptions are also considered to be as scripts, and they contain 26 total signs. Although the script remains undeciphered till date. Now you see, most of the scripts were being discovered, most of the inscriptions were being discovered during the Harappan excavation, but most of them are not decoded yet because most of them are not being understood by the archaeologist itself. It's apparent that the script was written from right to left. Now, most of the scripts are incomplete here, and most of the scripts are there which was written from right to left, which means it has not been completed yet, or the engraver began working from right and then run out of space. You see, it has been said that most of the scripts were being incomplete during that time and the engraver hadn't written it further. If I talk about the difference between seals and scripts, we can say seals are small symbols. They are small symbols which are being used for the identification of a thread from the sender to the receiver. And if I talk about scripts, scripts are considered to be inscription where there are different symbols, different signs which are being engraved on a particular stone or object. Now, the last one we are coming into weights. Weights, what do you mean by weights? Exchanges are regulated by a precise system of weight, usually made of stone called chert and generally cubical with no markings. During that time, exchanges. Now, how exchanges are being processed? How people used to measure something with the help of those objects. During that time, barter system was the common part. There was no money matter. There was not any kind of money or notes, but yeah, barter system was more common during that time. As a result, people used to measure their objects with the help of those stones. You can see the stones. These are all measurement stones which are being discovered from the Harappan excavation itself. The lower denomination of weights were binary. Yes, the lower denomination of weights were binary, such as 1, 2, 3. But higher denominations followed the decimal system. The higher denomination system followed the decimal system. The smaller weights were probably used for weighting jewelry and beads. Now, those stones or those weights which are very smaller, they are used to measure jewelry, they are used to measure beads. But if there are very big objects or heavy objects, they needed more heavy measurement weights or heavy stones so that they can measure it properly. I hope so you have understood about seals, scripts and weights. If you want to know more of the courses regarding the Bhadra Academy, you can call in this number 8638391721. I hope you liked my class, and thank you for watching the video.